Nestled among the mountains, the Buddha sat in peace, surrounded by monks and travelers who had come seeking wisdom. Some came with pure hearts, ready to learn. Others came to prove what they already knew. And one day, a young monk arrived, full of pride and even fuller of words. He had studied every scripture, memorized countless teachings, and debated with scholars far and wide. As he approached Buddha, his heart whispered softly, "I already know so much." "Revered teacher," he said with a proud smile, "I have traveled far to share my knowledge. I have read sacred texts, practiced deep meditation, and understood the nature of truth." Buddha smiled gently and gestured for him to sit. Without a word, Buddha lifted the teapot and began to pour tea into the monk's cup. The monk watched politely at first, but Buddha did not stop. The tea reached the brim and began to overflow, spilling onto the table and then onto the floor. "Stop!" the monk exclaimed. "The cup is full. No more can go in." Buddha looked at him, smiling peacefully. "Just like this cup," he said. "Your mind is full of your own opinions and pride. How can I pour wisdom into it unless you first empty it?" The monk lowered his head. His pride melted into silence. For the first time, he realized he had come not to learn, but to be praised. Rain began to fall softly. The monk sat beneath a Bodhi tree, watching raindrops fall into a puddle, forming ripples that faded into stillness. He watched how the water accepted every drop, never arguing, never overflowing. "This," he thought, "is what I must become. Empty, open, willing to receive. I understand now." He whispered, "Wisdom flows only into an empty cup." The next morning, the sun rose over the monastery. The young monk walked back to Buddha and bowed deeply, this time with true humility. "Master," he said softly, "teach me again. This time, I will listen with an empty cup." Buddha smiled. "Then, my son, your true journey has just begun." Days turned into weeks. The monk swept the monastery floors with joy, learned in silence, and listened deeply. He discovered that humility is not weakness. It is the doorway to true strength. Knowledge fills the mind, but only humility opens the heart. Empty your cup, and the universe will fill it with wisdom. Empty your cup. Only then can you taste new tea.